Good morning, everybody. We started a few minutes early. I do that a lot. I give myself like 10, 15 minutes. If I can go early, I will. Good morning, Popcorn, Madison. Madison, shout out to you for getting that clip. Chip, must have got lost. T-Bone. Uh, Michelle. There's Wolfie. And here's Soupy. Hey, Shally. Catnips and catnaps. Everybody, welcome in. Come on into the room. We're going to go ahead and get into it this morning. Hey, just Irish. Uh, Lindsay Rose, good to see you. I did unblock you, Center. I ain't going to preach or nothing. Just one simple thing. Don't come for any of my mods. That's all, buddy. That is all. Hey, Jenny B. Hey, Anonymous. So today it might get a little controversial. What I ask is that everybody just be chill. Okay? Just be chill. Let's just have a discussion, drink our coffee, and get into it. Hey, hon. Hey, where's the beef? Let me fix this. Should have done that before I went live. You can't even see it when you pin it when it's like that. Juicy taters. No, not just the mods. Everybody. That's all. Just, yeah. I hear you, Wolfie. Hey, if you. Good morning. Well, as a lot of y'all probably know, I was asleep like I normally am. Hey, Toe Beans. And then I'm hearing my phone. Ding, 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 ding. So I'm like, do I wake up and check this phone or just go back to peacefully sleeping? Nope. I get up, I check the phone. That's right, Snazzy Trinkets. You are not lying. She made her alliances known. There is no mistaking how nonsense feels. So I get up, I check, and I'll be damned. St. Nonsense of Arizona is going up on Center's panel. Rachel. And I'm like, well, this is going to be bad. This is going to be real bad. And it was, but it was also informative. Give me just a second. I did not want to cough in anybody's ear. I think that's rude. It was informative. I guess Nonsense has learned a new word, or she thought it was a good word to throw around last night. Lobbying. You're going to lobby this at me, lobby this, lobby that. Looky here, lady. You can use all these words and think that that's going to win you in a debate. It will not. Sometimes I wish people would just be normal and just be themselves when they're going to debate, argue, beef with somebody. Instead, when I'm listening to nonsense, I'm hearing literally just nonsense. One of her stances is she's a white woman. So why should she have a say on racism? Now, this is something I've been hearing regurgitated around for the last 5 years. And here's my thing on it. You can have a stance on it. That's not saying that you have, excuse me, lived the same experiences as them with racism. But it is important. I mean, that is important to recognize. But racism isn't just a problem for people who suffer from it. It's a problem. It's a problem created and upheld. White people have historically held the most power. Do you understand that nonsense? Taking a stance doesn't mean that you're speaking over people of color. That's not what that means. It means you understand, or you understand what they've been through. That's not what this means. So you saying that makes you sound more ignorant. It's just so ignorant. Well, we're white, Center. We shouldn't have anything to say on racism. Being white doesn't disqualify you from opposing racism. Nonsense. And I would like for people to remember that. Don't ever get rocked to sleep by that weak ass argument. Thank you, Zero Jules. Don't ever get rocked to sleep by that. No, you cannot say that you understand their experience. No one's asking you to do that. But I believe you, Nonsense, as a white woman, you have a responsibility to stand against it, not coddle it, not make excuses for it. So that argument is dead in the water already. Let me get a drink of my coffee. So I'm going to pull this up. To say I'm a white woman, yeah. It's the worst argument I've been hearing over the last 5 years. Well, I'm a white lady, so I can't say anything on this. Huh? So are you condoning it then? I'm confused. Well, let's get into it. Shout out to Madison for clipping. This is via Center. We're going to listen to the clipped part and just get right into it. And I'm going to get me a cough drop. All right, here we go. Hey, Pollyanna. Polly, I'm so glad you said that, Soup. That annoys me so much. She thinks it's better to be an ignorant bystander. And it's so ridiculous to me. Very. Please do not. I'm going to keep saying this probably throughout the stream. That argument, don't ever let anyone make you feel like you don't have a voice on racism because you're white. Do not listen to Saint Nonsense of Arizona. Oh, we'll get into that, Ageless Beauty. This comes up in, hey, Jana Marie. And then I'm going to play something because Nonsense seems to have selective amnesia. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I do, actually. Exactly, Jessica. So I'm also going to play something where Nonsense pretends, she doesn't know what Clue has said or done. But then she'll say something like, she hasn't done it since. She hasn't done it in a year. I'm willing to have the conversations. What are these conversations you're having with Clue? Because how can Clue admit that what she did was wrong when she denies it in the first place? So what conversations are you having, Nonsense, with Clue when she flat out denies that she ever said anything racist? I've got questions. Here we go. Yes, you can, Pearl. Let me get that for you. I'm going to let this play, and I'll send that over.
Actually said numerous times.
Yes, I said if you have a backbone, if you got a backbone, come debate with me why you think it's okay to coddle racists here in the true crime community. I'm sorry?
I don't think that at all. So what I want to ask you is...
Wait.
Okay, go ahead.
I didn't ask you what you thought.
Okay.
Let me be more clear. Why is it that you're comfortable coddling a racist person who searches for missing children?
So as a white man, you get to...
As a white man, okay.
No, I'm a white woman too.
How do you know what my race is, ma'am? How is it that you know what my race is?
Sinner, come on, stop it. Just stop.
No, I mean, I'm being sincere with you. You have no idea what my race is.
I don't care what your race is at the end of the day.
Well, then you can't say as a white man if you don't know that to be true.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I'll hear this, okay? And I'll be giving commentary. First, I'm going to send this over to Pearl.
I don't give a fuck what your race is. So let's talk about
obviously
versus racism, systemic racism. Let's talk about things that have been said versus systemic racism, because you seem to be lobbying allegations again about supporting a racist that I
That's what you
addressed
do.
over a year ago when this
It doesn't listen.
Okay.
You're misunderstanding the nature of our debate. I
Okay,
want to
so
know.
debating.
I want to know how it is that you feel comfortable coddling an overtly racist pig of a human being on the internet.
Okay, so first of all,
How do you deal with that?
Can we talk about one
We're
thing?
waiting on you, dude.
Are you? Because it seems to me every time I try to address what you're asking me, you continue to switch it up. So
How about you just
what's
answer
the
me?
difference? Oh, I'm trying to, sir. And I'm going to be respectful to you because you don't seem to
I
understand.
have no respect for you. Zero.
Oh, good. I don't care. But again, you're asking about something that was said. So have you ever been around somebody that has used racist language?
Oh, God.
Yes.
Have they changed?
I don't know. I stopped hanging out with them.
Okay, so as soon as somebody has said
That's a
something
good
that
answer.
you determine is racist language, you cut them off and don't ever give them a chance to understand why it harms
No. Many things happen before I cut them off. See,
Okay.
don't try to
There
tell
were other
people what I
things
think.
behind
No,
it.
calm down. It's not immediate. I typically tell them that they can take piece of shit, goofy fucking politics and philosophies and shove them up their stupid fucking ass. And then after that, after I tell them how I feel about it, like I'm doing to you right now, then I cut them off.
There you
Okay.
go.
So there's a combination of things that lead up to these fallouts. So when them
No. Stay
and
focused.
yeah.
Stay focused. There are no
focused,
fallouts. We're talking about
nonsense.
why do you feel comfortable supporting a
Okay.
racist person in the true crime community?
Can you even let me finish this whole talk?
You're
Because
babbling. You're babbling.
So you're asking me to determine that if people can change. Have you seen anything? I'm going to ask you this. Yes. What we saw.
No.
Hold on.
That's a bad faith argument. That's a bad faith argument because you're supposing that she has changed and the fucking pig has not changed.
Racist from her. You continue to lobby this allegation about
Lobby. You continue to lobby. She has no argument. Pearl, did you get it? I sent it. It should be on its way under the one email. Thank you. So I agree with Center here. Now, some people are, Center, yeah, okay. I just don't think he was in the mood for any of her bullshit, which that's all it was. You continue to lobby. Anyway, nonsense found a word and wants to overuse it, everybody.
she's a racist. She's a racist.
When she was confronted as to whether she was racist or not, she agreed that she was, and she told people to deal with it. Some people,
she did.
I'm not clip hunting for.
She did, and we're going to play that. Well, we're going to play something else in a minute. When Clue was confronted with her racism, she told people to get over it. Okay. She didn't say, I'm sorry. There we got Pearl, everybody. Hey, Pearl.
Hey, babe, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Jolly good. I, in some ways, not ready to do this, but in other ways, this is just too important. And she started off with that
I'm
whole
glad you're here.
person argument, and you know that drives me nuts because this is exactly what we had to come up against with the anti-apartheid movement. Sort of, well, you're white people. What's it got to do with you? Because we're the people with the power. We're the people who'll be listened to. We're the people who created the problem. So you're trying to use political correctness to back away from the issue. You're trying to say, well, as a white person, right, we're not talking about your feelings about black people's feelings. That's theirs to own. We're talking about your power in this situation to talk to other white people and say, your behaviour is not acceptable to me. As a member of my community, your behaviour is not acceptable to me, and I don't want that in my community. The power lies with white people to change the behaviour in their own community. And she doesn't want to deal with that. So she tries to dress it up as, oh, well, you know, it's not for white people to interfere. Bullshit. If white people are causing the problem, white people have the solution.
There you go. Boom. There you go. And that's what I was saying, Pearl. Being white doesn't disqualify her from opposing racism, but that's the argument that she wants to take. This is the did you watch this?
It's a cop out. She feels like she doesn't have to give you, she doesn't want to talk about it. And her way of not talking about it is to use two factors. One is, I'm not going to tread on black people's feelings because that makes her sound like she's empathetic and she's politically correct. It's not, it's a cop-out, because that's not what we're asking you. We're asking you to talk about a white person's behaviour, not a
That's
black
it.
person's feelings. And the other excuse that she'll use is, well, they've changed because
Well,
they haven't said it in public. No, show me evidence of change and growth. What was that conversation? How did that conversation happen? What changed their mind other than your making them feel awkward, which
conversations.
means that they hid it in the cupboard? Let me explain to me exactly what changed their worldview, what their view is now, and what they've spoken to you about. What reading have they done? Who have they talked to? Don't tell me that there is growth where I don't see any humility, shame, or change. I don't believe you.
Pearl, when she got called out for it over a year ago now, not only did she not take any accountability, she doubled down on it and
Oh,
said,
yeah.
pretty much, I'm kind of paraphrasing. I said what I said. If you are she called her subscribers fans. To my fans, I love you. If you stick around, that great. If not, oh well.
Look, just the other day, she was in Barb's chat. I had Barb on, I'm doing this sort of like mega reorganization thing, and I had Barb on in the background. I listen, I don't ever chat in there, and I certainly don't want to chat with fucking Clue in there. But
No.
anyway, I was already in there. Barb was talking about having been, having grown up as a lesbian in a very homophobic home, and that her parents had not been supportive in any way. So I went in there and I just sort of wished her all the best with it. And Clue arrived after I did. But then people challenged her in that chat about her racism. And Clue's attitude was, yes, I said what I said, but I'm not having it held over my head forever. Again, there was no evidence of humility, shame, or change. And so I can't accept that there is. All there is sort of like, yes, I said it. I'm not going to have it held over my head forever. But I'm not saying that you've got to have, but you don't want to engage with it either. And that's why I can't believe what nonsense he's saying about you. There's no evidence of that at all.
Yeah, Mean Moore says she was in the chat that day too. And that's another reason, Pearl, I'm not okay. Nonsense is she's willing to have the conversations. I want to know what type of conversations, and I don't believe her either when she says she's had these conversations with Clue. I think that she has allowed Clue to kind of tell her what she wants to. Yeah, yeah. And she's like, okay, that's great. Back to Brittany J. That's it.
She's willing to be stopped. But can I just say, nonsense, you go on about why are people demanding that you have an opinion on this. Can I remind you that you're the person who put yourself in this position by going up on a panel and challenging her about it, because at the moment when it was controversial, you wanted to come in like Saint Nonsense and stick your flag in the ground. So you wanted to have the drama of challenging her about it, but you don't want to live with the consequences. This is what you do all the time. You did this with heels.
Yep, she did.
You do it with lots of situations where you come rallying in at the moment of great drama to put your flag down as a moral authority, and then you don't want to have to deal with it. It's amazing. The very thing that you accuse other people of injecting themselves into situations is the thing that has got you here right now. Also, it's lobbying, and it means to throw something at someone. Lobbying is something that you do to political office.
I'm so glad you.
It's really annoying me yesterday.
That drove me insane. And Pearl, she was using it like it was, this is going to win this debate. And it just
but
was
a new shiny word. It doesn't actually mean what I think it means, and it's not relevant to the conversation. But let me hook onto it in this arena, on this app.
In this arena, on this app. Yes. You want to listen? Can you stay up here and listen to this with me, Pearl?
Yes, I will.
Oh, thank you.
For you, bitch, you know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about.
I have never heard her agree that
she said, I said it, deal with it. That's what she said. After she said that, you continue to support her being a racist, you pretending to be a good person, There's
That
a
is
conflict there.
incorrect. That is absolutely incorrect. So
It's
actually,
100% accurate.
nope, I addressed her over a year ago. I addressed many people that have been exposed for racist language. And then I had conversations because I realized that when we sit out here on this app and we just point fingers and say, oh, they use racist language a year ago, are we hoping for change and to realize?
All right. So she says she called out Clue, and she did. She did. But the problem, she thinks the problem is that we're not willing to have the conversations. People have tried to have conversations with Clue. Anybody remember when she went up on Burnt Toast and how that went? Everybody spoke for her. And the one thing she said is, I would have to see the context of what I said. Yes,
This is
this
again the cop out, the whole context thing. Listen, she will maintain, and they all do, that if she didn't specifically drop the N word in public and she didn't say black, that there's no evidence that she was talking about black people. Now, come on. The English language is nuanced. When a conversation
Yes.
is happening and we all know what the subject is, I don't have to repeat the name of the subject over and over again. Say we're talking about a particular person, okay? I don't have to mention their name in the conversation about them for everyone to know from the context of the conversation that I'm talking about X. X is the topic of conversation. We're all talking about X. Black people was the topic of that conversation, that whole live. And you were all talking about black people. You don't have to say black. You didn't have to drop the N word. We all know that's the way the English language works. Now you're
Thank you.
prevaricating and playing games and saying, well, if it wasn't that particular word in this particular sentence, I wasn't being racist. Bullshit. You know it's bullshit. I know it's bullshit. Nonsense knows it's bullshit. But you're going to play the game.
I gotta agree with this person. Cauliflower. Now, I actually agree with you. And she is somebody, I don't want to say her name because she's desperate for anybody to, but you're correct. I would never be
100%
caught.
correct.
Yeah, I would never be caught in her chat. If I've got a problem with it, with this one, I definitely have a problem with it with that one. You're a white lady
When she
throwing the word
says that
around.
she can say these words in her community, let me tell you exactly what's going on from my experience of having biracial family members. There are people who want to thump you in the mouth every time you say it, but out of respect for your children, they hold themselves back. But if they ever caught you on your own on a day and you said it to them, you'd have a big surprise. You're tolerated out of respect and love for your biracial and black family members.
There you
It
go.
doesn't give you a pass. It doesn't make you less racist. You are a white woman in their community, and you should have more bloody sense and more love for the people around you than to even presume to use the words that they use. Listen, my brother-in-law had mobility issues the same as I do. He could call me a cripple, laughing and joking. I could call him a cripple. Anybody else calls me that, we're going to have words. It's about the ownership of a word and the way that you use it about yourself and the way that you use it about other people who are in your community. Now, disability is not the same thing, although we do have the same sort of microaggressions and assumptions based on the minute that people clap eyes on you. But it is never going to be the same institutional oppression that black people have had. But yeah, Moon is exactly the same. Don't give me that bullshit that you've got to pass and it's your community. No, it's not. You helped
No.
create biracial children, but you are not of their community.
No, you're
You'll
not.
never understand what they experience at the hands of people who are the same colour as you. You never will,
Shopaholic.
no matter how much you love them.
I gotta ask Shopaholic, are you trolling or are you being serious? Why do you care? I know you didn't come in here with that basic shit. You know, there
Because
is
I've
one
just
thing.
told you,
What?
I've got
Why do you
biracial
care?
family members, and I used to be involved in the anti-apartheid movement. I care because it is my community oppressing another community. Of course I would care.
This is the problem,
Soup
Pearl.
isn't
Look
going to
what
say this because she knows that everybody makes these stupid, yeah, my great grandmother was a Cherokee princess thing, and therefore it's a
oh God,
controversial
yeah.
statement. But Soup herself is from an indigenous heritage. She
Yes.
knows what this bullshit is like. That's why we care. It's everybody's job to care. And if you don't care, it makes me side eye you. I'm sorry, but it does.
She's serious too. She's actually serious. This conversation ain't for you, and that's okay.
Yeah.
This is
I,
not
I
for
just don't I really just don't think that you've got the equipment then to even
Mm-mm.
understand this conversation.
So you shouldn't care. If you don't care, shopaholic, then you shouldn't care about this conversation and it's not for you. And you should probably see your way out.
If you don't understand why we care, then why do you care that we care? None
Oh,
of that
okay.
makes any sense. Goodbye.
Shop is a friend of nonsense. Makes sense. All right. All right. Yeah. Shopaholic,
Are
go
you
do some
well,
shop.
Shopaholic, you're going to feel easier with the cop out of being told that as a white woman you don't have to worry. Here's a pat on the head. Off you go. Go get your ass
Mhm.
pat from nonsense.
Go on back over there and talk to her about the thap and these spaces. All right, here we go.
Realize that people are actually hurt by this type of stuff.
No,
Or-
see, this is a bad faith argument you're having here because you're predicating your argument on the fact that that
I've
fucking
already
pig
addressed
is
this,
changed.
Tanner. I've addressed this a
saying
year
that
ago.
You're a,
You're spinning
did you?
circles. Yes, I
What
did.
did you?
Absolutely, I did.
Okay, I'll explain something to you. Maybe you don't understand. There's a difference between what people say and what people do. You say that you're a decent person, yet you support a racist person. You know what that does?
Okay.
That negates any kind of hope of you being a decent person if you, in fact, then support a racist person, which you do.
So again, because
I got to agree with him here. It just doesn't add up with what you say versus what you do. I do have to agree with Sinner on this. If you are saying that you're against racism, yet you coddle, support, promote, I mean, you actually promote Clue and make excuses for her everywhere she goes, then you can't tell me that you're some good person and that you have this moral high stand that you can't deal with racism only unless you have a conversation with them. So what about all the
What
people you
makes me
can't have a
laugh is
conversation?
that when you talk about having the conversation with people, you make it sound as if you're willing to hold a friend to account and to find out the dark side of it, of how bad things could be, and to deal with that. No, you don't. You just coast along. We recently had a very difficult and tough conversation with somebody that was a friend and that we love very much, to discover that actually how we thought they thought about things was not the way that they thought about things at all. And then the choice becomes, are you willing to tolerate their firmly held belief that is as completely at odds with yours as is possible to get? Or do you have to be honest and say, we can't be friends anymore? And I don't believe that you want to have that difficult conversation. For all your talk
No.
about conversations, you're not willing to actually put down a line in the sand. And the way that you are so friendly and so supportive of her, and you just allow her to sort of, well, you cop out. She says this, I'm not going to have it held over my head. But again, like you said, where's the evidence of change then? And you say, well, we've had the conversation, we've moved on. How very easy for you.
Isn't it? No, can't do it. There has been people that I've known and been friends with when I have found out, and this is hard because you love the people, you start to really have love for them, and then you find out their real stance on topics like this. It's a hard line for me. It's a no, can't do it. But nonsense here is like, well, I've had the conversation. And what I think it is, and I've said this before, and she doesn't like it. She is scared of Clue. That's just my opinion. And she knows that if she went against her now, that she would, all the Clue has a huge following. Well, a decent one anyway. That all those people would turn on her. She would lose subscribe. The subscribers mean more to her than than anything, really. Hold on, I was reading Chasings. I lost my train of thought. What Chasing say? If the conversation turned out well and Clue realized what she said was pretty disgusting, then why hasn't she came out to have that open conversation? Good question. She
Bingo.
hasn't. She hasn't, and she's not going to. She's got too much ego. It's like, it's not just about her ego. She believes what she believes. This is how she really feels. And for you idiots out here making excuses for her, I promise she's laughing at you all. She is laughing because behind closed doors, her and Cletus have this conversation, I'm sure. And this is how they truly feel, especially Clue. But they have rocked y'all to sleep on believing that she's changed. Where is the change? Where has anybody want to point me in the direction where she has come out and said, what I said in JB Gunner's chat was ignorant and I shouldn't have said it? She's never done that. She doesn't feel bad. Guarantee, exactly. She's a sellout.
You say she's racist and some other people that dislike her.
I'm not making it up. It's an established fact. She's agreed to it herself. I'm sorry you missed that part. Go into
I've
your
never
file
heard
cabinet
her.
and fucking figure it out.
I've never heard her
Okay, that was actually funny. Go into your file cabinet and figure it out.
agree that she is a racist.
Well, then
And
you're
I've
just a
also not heard-
stupid fucking person then. Everyone's saying, oh, you should say something about this racism. You should say something
I
about this
did say
racism.
I
Okay.
did.
Well,
Over a year ago, I did a video on it. And then I had conversations.
in one
And
side
it
of your
was
fat
progress.
neck, you're saying that you why would I do that? Why? But I already spoke on it. Whatever you spoke on was ineffectual because you, in fact, still to this day support a fat fucking racist slug of a human being.
Oh, okay. Again,
I mean, besides all the insults he hurled, I agree with him. I agree with him. Okay, you had a conversation but what was the point? What was the point?
I really dislike the insults in this conversation. And yet it has to be said that he is speaking in exactly the manner that Clue speaks about people.
I was going to say that.
And therefore, my
yeah.
sympathy is somewhat washed out.
God, Pearl, I was about to say that because this is what she's used to with Clue and Cletus, this type of language. I don't have that much sympathy. So any of that
Speaking
can
her
be
language.
speaking her language. She's very used to this, everybody. So yeah, she'll be all right.
and I'm not here to change your opinion on her or argue about. See,
I thought you would offer me a legitimate debate here.
Because that's nonsensical.
You came up here saying, "Oh, she's not racist anymore." No, this is such bad.
I didn't say that. Again, I'm not speaking for that situation.
What was the soliloquy of her fucking changing then? What was the soliloquy of, oh, well, what people change? People change. She hasn't changed. I see no change in her whatsoever.
Did she just say she wasn't saying, I'm not up here to say she's not racist? Yeah, that's embarrassing.
There's a comment in the chat from Blasphemous Beluga that says, Stinson has the soup question. If people are dismissing what J for J said, sinner in brackets, then why not speak on that as well as not just Clue? Did you miss when we were talking about J?
I did. Does anybody want to drop? Here, I'll drop it. I'll get the link for where I spoke on it. Over 300 in here. Please hit the like. I'll go get that link right now.
No one's giving Jay a pass. Jay came in here thinking that she was going to bond with people either on panel in the chat and got thoroughly bounced. Just because you missed that doesn't mean that it didn't happen. I did not hear Sinner giving Jay a pass. If he did, then he's foolish and mistaken.
He didn't. He actually asked her about it.
Jay is as deep in it as any of them, and Nonsense is willing to turn. I mean, she's done this before. She did it with Heels. She has the outrage for the first 48 hours, and then she backs out on it because really she just wants to be friends with anybody with a bit of influence. And she hides it behind, I've had the conversations. And she goes on about the bullshit about how we doxed Heels' daughter and all that rubbish. I'm sorry that you you're not fully up on the conversation or the way that Soup's channel works, but that's a you problem, not a
Well, she
Soup problem.
says, Lynn Soup. I heard Soup. I'm speaking about over there. Over at Centers. Well, Center actually, let's hold on a minute. He asked her about it. So I don't know if you, I'm not trying to be rude, but let's just
He
listen.
look, I've
Yeah.
definitely heard him say about the classic example of what a shocker that a white woman with locks turns out to be appropriating a culture she has no
Right.
respect for, and
Yeah.
talking about how he wasn't surprised. So I don't know where this idea comes from that he doesn't have any sort of heat for Jay's racism, because I've certainly heard it.
Right. And you'll hear it here in a minute. But yeah, I did call out Jay. And like Pearl said, she did think she was going to come in here. And as much as I hate this word, it does actually apply. Hate bond with us over our disdain for Clue. And she got bounced right out too because we're not doing that over here. That looks stupid. It is stupid. If I got a problem with one, I surely have to have a problem with another. It's just silly to me. I don't think people are used to that though. They are used to people doing the hate bonding. So when it's done, they're like, "What? You actually blocked her from your chat?" I did.
Have you had a
You,
conversation with her yourself?
I'm sorry?
Have you had any conversations with her yourself?
Hey, Chief.
Oh, I have way too much respect for myself in that.
Okay. All right. So you just want to weaponize the term she's
No,
racist.
no, ma'am. I'm
I
not
dislike
weaponizing
her,
anything. I want to
and
know why the
then
fuck
we're
you,
not
as well as a bunch of other goofy bitches. No. Nice try. I'm not doing any
Well, Senator,
weaponization.
unlike
In
you,
fact,
I grew up around a bunch of people that were white and from
I
Montana
don't care where
that
you
were
grew
racist,
up.
and I saw them change. So I
Stay
do
focused.
have hope that people can change and come to the realization that that language does impact and hurt people. That there is systemic racism.
You're
And
talking
racist
about language that
is
Oh my God. This was awful. This was God almighty nonsense. Unlike you, I grew up around a bunch of white people that were racist and said racist things, and I saw them change. Well, that's awesome. What does this have to do with Clue? She really thought, wait, okay. Thank you, Brenda Sue. Hell, far I saw your name and I thought, here we go again. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. What does this have to do with Clue? This is a horrible, like, nonsense. You really, I think you thought you were actually going to go up there and have an amazing debate because you used the word lobby. This is awful. This was a cringe alert. Thank you, Grandma Sherry. Yeah, exactly, Nene. A lot of people grew up around a lot of white people. What is this? God dang, this is a horrible argument.
Can we
I
say
actually
I
hurt
love
people.
having
Do you
it.
listen to what that
Clue is
fucking
not
cunt says every
60.
day on the internet?
Clue is not 60. She's grown up in a country that had a 2-term African American president. Don't tell me that there were never any racial discussions or education or anything going on around her, that she was sort of like hermetically sealed in a sort of little white enclave, and she never realized that anything that she said or that her thoughts were inappropriate. She seemed to be very much involved, sort of having theories about they're not happy being here.
Yes.
So let's start up a GoFundMe. She seemed quite informed about the idea that people might not have been happy be having their three-generational family brought here on boats. And indeed sort of hinted at a conversation about reparations. So she can't tell me that she's completely uninformed about this conversation. That's, again, a cop-out. Just because you saw change in, I don't know, your grandparents, a generation that I have slightly more sympathy towards, but not complete sympathy. I myself am 60. I have never dropped the N-word.
No.
And this is something that has been important to me my whole life, because I
Yes.
was born into a family where people had married in. I've got Anglo-Indian relatives, and I've got Anglo-Ghanaian relatives. And I've seen the bullshit, and it has always been something that I've cared passionately about, and that I
Yeah.
always will. And if that makes you uncomfortable, well, that sucks for you because I ain't changing.
Nope. Nope. And you're not going to make me like you really tried it with the I'm a white woman stuff, Becky. Nonsense on the web. That was horrible. That was your argument. And lobby. You learned a word and you thought you were going to throw that around. This blew up in your face horribly.
Internet? Are you stupid?
Do I agree with everything that comes out of everybody's mouth? Absolutely not. They're grown adults.
That's not the point. Okay, here's this watered down basic shit again, Pearl. Do I agree with everything that comes out of everybody's mouth? No, they're grown adults. That is not the argument. Whether you agree or disagree with what comes out of everybody's mouth, this is solely based on keep up, pay attention on Clue and her racist rhetoric. Not this watered down basic stuff you're trying to hurl at us.
Praise her and promote her like nobody else does.
Oh, I do?
You
I
do.
promote
yes.
her and praise her?
Yes.
Oh,
Right.
yes.
Really?
Every fucking chance you get, dude. I know why you do it. Tell me if I'm wrong. You
Okay.
do it because that's how you make money for your vacations.
Do you know how our vacation was paid for?
Okay, I don't care about the vacation part.
Listen, nobody.
You want to talk
fucking
about that?
cares.
You brought it up.
Hey,
You lobbied that. Let me answer it.
Lobby.
Why do you pretend that you make nothing on YouTube when you make
I
thousands
never
a
said
month
I
on
make
YouTube?
nothing on YouTube.
No, your
Where did that
boyfriend's
take
back there
from?
saying we don't even make hundreds.
Now, I did hear that, and he is correct. Kyle tried to say, we don't even make anything on YouTube. Yes, you do. Now stop it.
And you know how you
There
make
could
that
be
money?
other people
Hey,
saying
hey,
it
hey.
also.
You know how you make that money? You make that money by picking on somebody and you're a weak bitch yourself. It's
Okay.
crazy.
Yeah, so weak.
So weak.
Okay, are we going to finish one discussion before you switch it up?
I'm waiting for you to have a good faith argument.
Oh,
You're not. at this
God.
point.
I don't want to. Hold on.
What's up with these people always having dogs in distress in the background, dude?
He's a
Fuck
That's
puppy.
her
Shut the
dog
fuck up.
calling for the
Yeah, it sounds like a
emotional
puppy.
support Kyle to turn up.
The dog is in distress because to listen to what the dog is having to listen to. I'd be in distress too. Word of the day, lobbied. Oh, she was so excited. You were cloned in Jamal's? I hope so, Brenda Sue. Because if that was you, you owe him an apology too, asking if he was a man or a woman. So, hey, there's my nothing ass bitch. Good to see you, Ann.
Go fuck yourself. People change, guys. That was a year ago. Fuck off.
No, I said I haven't seen any language from her, even remotely close to that.
She
Since
doesn't
then.
seen any language from Clue anymore. Send black people back to Africa language, not even remotely close to that. You also, what you haven't seen or heard is an apology, and you're not going to get one. The bitch ain't changed.
She was
So
addressed
defend it
what?
if you like.
Stood on what
So
she
so
said.
so take the stance. So now
And
you're.
then why am I asking questions, or why am I answering questions? Why can't you have a conversation with the people that are involved?
Bitch,
in
you
this?
took the link.
You took the link, nonsense.
You took the
I
link.
know
What do
you offered it to me, but you're
Uh-huh.
demanding that I
No one's
stand
demanding.
against somebody. When
I never
have
demanded that you
conversations-
do anything. I never.
Okay, here she is with the word demand again. Demand and lobby. Okay, these are her apps, arenas. No one is demanding that you do anything. You're just simply being called out for your hypocrisy. Like I told you yesterday, nonsense. I would be a fool to get up here, get on this mic, and demand you do anything. Demand you take a stance. Demand you find your backbone. It ain't in you. So I'm not going to ask that you do that. I definitely ain't going to demand it. It's not in you.
This
Okay?
conversation, she forgets, this whole conversation starts from the fact that she was the person who wanted to plant her moral flag and got up on panel and confronted Clue. Okay? And there was nothing wrong about that. But the problem is, once you do that, and then you take that person in as you become part of the crew, then people are going to have questions. So what changed? Explain to us what
There
changed.
you go.
And you don't want to talk about that. This is a self-created problem.
Nope. Yeah, that's another thing. Wait, I saw none of your business on the web, and I was like, wait. Exactly. What is the conversation that you had with Clue? Show us where she changed. You don't have to go into the personal conversation, but I would like to hear it. No one is saying she needs to do anything at all. People thought you stood against things like, oh, I don't know, racism. Just a thought. But no one's demanding anything of this lady. Please, she keeps hollering this. No one has demanded anything. Like I said, I would be so stupid to demand her to take a stance on anything. Have you seen her try to do this? It's not good. We're watching it now.
Never made any
You
demands
are
of you.
sitting
You keep
here
saying that.
repeatedly saying that I'm a bad person because I support racism.
Yes.
Over
No,
and
no,
over
no,
and
no,
over
no. I
again.
think you were a bad person before you publicly supported racism. Let me get that
Okay.
straight. I thought you were a bad
So-
person way back with
that-
McCrae's what you were doing there. You're a bad
Oh,
person
okay.
there.
Okay. Would you expect the same thing when I say to you that you support people who are anti-Islamic, anti-Muslim?
All right, here we go. There is Clues comment up on the screen. I'm a racist. I'm racist as fuck then, because I ain't paying you shit for something that happened when I was still in someone's ball sack. These are
Here
her
we go.
thoughts.
So she's hinting at the conversation about reparations. Now, without getting into the conversation about reparations, the fact that she knows that that is a conversation means
Exactly.
that she is at least superficially aware of the interaction of racial communities and the political aspect of racism. You don't just pluck that out of thin air. So this idea that it's just like, well, she's never been open to the conversations, she's never had any education. None of this rings true. I'm sorry, it just doesn't.
No
She
blasphemy.
knows what she thinks and feels, and you're just covering for her and allowing her to snow you into, oh well, yeah, I don't hold those views now. Was it? I
Yeah.
don't hold those views now publicly. Something tells me that if a black person cut her up on the road, you'd hear a whole string of invective that would be just what you expected.
Yeah, and blasphemy. No, you're not blocked because you don't like both of them. You're allowed not to like either one of them. No one is holding anybody. You have to like Sinner. No, no, no. I would not have you blocked for something like that. And what's going to happen here is she's going to go with this weak argument about what Joneson said. It's a religion. Joneson doesn't, she just doesn't align with the religion of Islam. Okay,
I
but
disagree with Jones's view, but I tell you where this
yes.
is far more complicated than the racial issue. You have religious freedom written into your constitution, and nearly any of the big significant religions, Judaism, Christianity, Islam, all believe that they are the religion.
I
Okay,
love them. I love them.
and so you're going to have an issue there. Are you going to say that Jewish people can't believe that they are in special commune with God? You know, they are the chosen people. Or that you can't believe that Christians believe that they're the fulfillment of that prophecy and that they're the chosen people. Again, you're going to have a problem here. If you pick a
Mhm.
side, you are inevitably going to say things that are prejudiced against the other religions.
Yeah.
It is part of being a fully committed believer of that religion. You can say that you love them and you tolerate them and you want them to come into your flock, but you're essentially saying they have to change and be your religion to be recognised. And Jonesin very much falls into that Christian belief, and so does Brittany J. Now, where I draw the line is when I hear Craig say things, I can't even give them that religious pass. I mean, to me, I don't accept any of the religious thing. I'm a died again Christian. Um, as in I've lost my faith and I no longer believe. Where it gets complicated is when I hear Craig say things, he is dealing with Islam not just as a religious aspect, but a political aspect. And that also
Mhm.
happens in Christianity. You're seeing it in America now. You have got Christo fascists in your country. They are Christians who have taken that religious faith and made it part of their political cult. The same is
Mhm.
happening with Islam. It doesn't mean that all Muslims believe the same way. Means that there are
Exactly.
certain sectors who have built a political and terrorist movement on top of their faith. And now you're seeing it in Christianity. It also happened in Spain back in the 19th century when we had, the 20th century when we had the Spanish Civil War. Franco was a Catholic fascist. His fascism was built on his religion. So lots of religions have these offshoots where politics becomes the sort of the overwhelming force, and they're willing to literally fight and dominate every other culture and religion. I agree that when Craig says those things, it is straight up bigotry. When Jonesy said what she said, I found it really offensive because I don't believe that any religion is the religion. But I also understood that she was speaking from her aspect of being a
You're going
Christian.
in and out, Pearl.
Oh, am I? Hang on.
Yeah, just right there. Couldn't hear the rest.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes. Yep, you're clear
Yes.
now.
We've been having a little bit of internet issues, but let me know. When Jonesy said what she said, to me, I found it anti-Islamic. But I also understood that we're talking about a religious standpoint where she's a Christian and she believes absolutely that Christianity is the way. So, of course, she's not going to agree with what Islam believes. And it
Right.
wouldn't be any different if she was a Jewish person. I'm pretty sure that Judy Skolnick is not going to say that she's a supporter of Islam either. You're talking about
Mhm.
religious belief at that level excludes all the other religions by its nature. It's
I
not.
don't see it as it's not the same as Clue saying send black people back to Africa. To me, it sounds like she doesn't agree with a religion, not with, she doesn't have an issue with somebody's skin color.
Exactly.
But,
And if it was a white Muslim, she still wouldn't have any time for them. And a
right.
black Christian would be standing by her side. You're talking about bigotry and trying to make it into a smaller subsection and just making it racism. It's not, it's a whole bigger subject than that. But it's an easy cop out for you. You want to talk about Jonesing because you don't want to talk about Chloe. I don't give Jonesing any passes. I understand her position. That's not the same thing. She doesn't believe the same way I do. I don't believe the way that she does.
Yeah. Are we going to skip over that? Nope. We're going to address it. And that's it. I don't agree with Joneson. I don't find her racist. Sorry. That was a reach, in my opinion. Nonsense. And your arms are short.
I mean, you would have to prove that to me. You would have to prove that to me.
Jones's own post, Craig's own
Jones's own
statements.
post?
So would that be fair to put that on your shoulders of other things that people believe?
You're
Or do you hope that
misunderstanding.
they
You think I'm
grow
putting
and
something. You
understand?
think I'm putting something on your shoulders, lady.
You
I'm
are.
not. What I'm doing is I'm
I didn't say
observing
that
what
shit.
you're doing, and I'm having
I
commentary
addressed it a
about
year
it.
ago.
So stop with these aggressive, like, oh, you're putting it on me. You're forcing me to. You're demanding. None of
Larry,
that is
that is what
happening.
you're doing.
And there we go. No one is demanding anything of her again, but this is what she's going to keep hollering. And shout out to Madison for these screenshots. There's Clue again. Because we got Saint Nonsense of Arizona acting like she ain't got a idea of Clue's racism. So here we go. Cluminati and JB Gunner's chat. If not wanting ignorance and monkey behavior around me or my kids makes me racist, oh, fucking well. Do you understand, Nonsense? It couldn't be any more clear. You're betting on the wrong horse. This is the stance you want to take with Clue. This is embarrassing. This is, and the
And can
fact
I
that
just
you,
say as well, going back to what we were just talking about, because
yeah,
and I can see people talking about Craig in the chat. Way back, way back, we said, and I specifically said several times in this conversation with Sue, that I believed that Brittany and Craig were racists and bigots. I'm afraid that I do. That's just my opinion of them. And I know that Brittany actually played it on live and was very upset and said she would like to have a conversation with me. No, I don't believe you would. I'm sorry, Brittany,
No,
but I don't believe you would like to have a
no.
conversation with me. Um, and I
I
stand
think
by that.
she's
That's my
conditioned.
feeling about them.
With Brittany, I feel that she's more so conditioned. Like, I don't see her as hateful, as Clue. Craig, on the other hand, good lord, he says a lot of wild, hot, flaming shit. I don't know Brittany. I don't watch her enough, but what I pick up, it feels like she's been conditioned more so to believe what she believes. She really doesn't know what she believes, and just my opinion. That's it. Hey, Melissa.
I
Oh, they're
can't
from
listen
the
to them anyway because, as you know, overlapping conversations I can't do. So ever since the whole Craig of it all started going on in the background, that's it. I'm done. I can't listen to overlapping voices because I've got a hearing issue, and it's probably saved me from wilding out because
Good
the
morning, Lauren.
snippets that I hear about Craig, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
boy, does he need
And
to
me and
shut the
Pearl
fuck
have
up?
talked about this so many times. So many. But we've explained it. There is a BNN network that cover her 24/7. There are some of us that just aren't interested in the BNN network, and I feel this is how I feel. There's other people to be covered. Clue, nonsense, others. So I'll take that.
No, you're saying
No, it's
insinuating I'm
not.
supposed to have a problem with something that I had conversations. Why are you
No,
unable
no,
to
no,
have
no, no, no. I
conversations
never
with
said
her?
what you should have a problem with. What I said
Oh,
is you have a
okay.
paradox pretending to be a decent person when you sit with hateful people.
That was
People
the
want to
argument.
send black people back to Africa because they don't want the
Oh,
monkey
disgusting.
bullshit around their kids. That's aggressively racist, and that's your friend.
Again, you continue to change this up over and over again.
Nope.
So she
No,
has not said anything even remotely similar to that.
he did not change it up. It's right here on your screen. Nonsense. It's easy to find. Honestly, all you have to type in your search engine up on YouTube is Cluminati racist. Everything you need will come up. I promise if this would have been Brittany, and it has been Brittany in some situations with Craig in the background, you have been all but excited to cover it. When it comes to Clue, now it's switching it up. It's right here in front of you.
Since then,
That's
that I
exactly
have
what she said.
seen.
Or since then. Okay, that's your qualifier.
Yeah, that's our qualifier. She hasn't said anything like that since then. How do you all feel about that excuse? This has got center one nonsense zero. That is the lamest excuse. She hasn't said anything like that since. She also hasn't acknowledged it. She hasn't apologized for it. And trust, I don't want an apology, whatever, lady. But you can't say that she's changed, or well, she hasn't said anything like that since, if she hasn't even acknowledged what she said to begin with. I don't F you. That confuses me too. Let people believe what they want. Exactly.
Saying it once
Well,
is fucking enough for me. But
okay,
here,
cool.
nonsense.
That's enough for you. But again,
You're being
people say,
disingenuous. What happened was she not only did she do it, but when she was held to the fire for it, she said, "Fucking deal with it."
Yep.
So how I deal with it is calling fat punk ass racists out and their useless friends. Any questions?
yeah, I mean, you changed the argument 14 times.
No, I didn't.
You did.
I don't believe
Because you
racists
don't want
should
to talk
be.
about the facts of
I
what
don't think
actually
racists should
happened.
be in true crime, and your friend is a racist, and you
I
dumb
also don't
bitches
think that
pretend
you should be
play
able
true
to
crime.
determine who is racist and not. Do I think there's
Oh my God. Nonsense. She determined it for us. I cannot believe that you just let that. Yes, I can. I can't believe you let that come out of
She
your mouth.
really was. She really was trying to get back to that. She was trying to get back to that floating door after she'd wrecked herself on the Titanic. She wanted to get back on the door of, but it's not a conversation for white people. Let me on the door. I don't want to drown.
It really was. She wanted so bad to use that. We're white, sinner. Sinner. Me and you are white. That's really what she wanted to base the debate and argument on. You failed.
There's a difference
Well,
between
she told us herself that she was racist. Stop trying to gaslight me. Listen, bitch, you're not smart enough for this. She said herself that she was racist. She said herself that she was racist.
I don't feel comfortable on determining the language that hurts people, and if people can change.
I don't give a fuck how comfortable you are.
She doesn't feel comfortable determining language that can hurt people of another ethnicity. I'll be damned.
Wow, that was a whole pile of words that meant absolutely nothing.
Absolutely nothing. You failed here. You probably never should have taken that link. I'm glad you did, though. I'm glad you did.
In 2025, I thought the conversation would be looking towards understanding and no longer hurting people.
Dude, nobody wants to hear your grand outlook of how the world should be, bitch. What I'm asking you is why you think it's okay to support an overtly racist person and pretend that you're a decent person.
Oh my God. So again, I disagree that she is overtly racist. I think.
Well, then you're dumb then. And how can I even have a debate with you? You're not up to par.
Again, where's the overt racism?
Oh my God.
She said she wanted to send black people back to Africa with a GoFundMe, bitch. What are you talking about?
When many other people sat in that chat and did the same. I think it was disgusting. And I guess
when many other people sat in that chat and did the same, I think it's disgusting. But you don't think what Clue said? What is Pearl? Help me out here. What? I glitched.
That was such a bizarre comment there. Again, sort of trying to deflect onto all of the people. Please don't tell me that you're saying that Clue, it was peer pressured, because my goodness, if ever there was a person who is not miss peer pressure, it's Clue. And also, you're trying to sort of say that if there is no overt racism, there's no racism. Now, come on. We all know that most racism is covert, that it's not spoken out directly, but it is comes out in behaviours and actions and microaggressions and small oppressions. You're saying that because she's not dropped the N-word in front of you and she hasn't said anything more about a GoFundMe to send them all back, that suddenly she's not racist on the evidence of what? That she hasn't said it to you?
Yeah, what's the conversations that you and Clue have that have convinced you that this lady is no longer a racist? This was horrible. Yeah, Stephanie, it's so disappointing that she had a chance to stand on business and approach this with love and compassion, and she totally failed and made it was awful. And yes, Eliza, I agree with you as well. Oh, wow. There were other people in the chat making the same comments. Let me let this play and get myself back together here. Whew.
And I addressed it.
Or any of them, any of the other ones.
I find this so funny though, because the only thing that you really have to corner me on is things that I didn't do.
Corner, you took the link. You did not have to be here. Stop acting like a victim of something. You silly, silly bitch, dude.
I thought you would have something more like progress. Something, willing to have a conversation.
Progress would be
progress. I can't believe this nut. I thought you would be more willing. Progress. 2025 lobbying. Progress. There's been no progress. Nonsense. God, you named yourself appropriately.
You wanted to have a whole sort of ambiguous conversation where he took up your talking points about conversations and change, things that have happened, and holding space for people, and all this bullshit. Essentially, I'm sorry, but you've got all the words and all the speak, and you put it all together in sentences, but it actually fundamentally comes down to nothing, because essentially what you're saying is, I challenged her back then, but she's my friend now. As long as she doesn't drop the N-word in front of me, it's all done. It's over for you.
For you? That's exactly what she's saying. Look, I called her out back then. Now we have a common enemy and cover the same person 24/7. We're a part of the same network. I have chosen to ignore her blatant racism. Saint Nonsense of Arizona, everybody. That's essentially what I heard.
deleting and eradicating hateful people in this community, and that's what I'm doing.
Deleting and
Bitch, pay attention.
eradicating hateful people. So do you
Yes.
think that people over time of realizing how crime impacts people, that their views change over time and they come to the
That's bad
realization
faith.
that
That's bad
sometimes
faith because it's not
Exactly.
realistic. You
not
have better
realistic.
luck.
So
You
you're
have better
saying
luck
that
convincing
once
me that
somebody
bitch
says something
grew
racist,
wings
that
and
it
flew
can
her fat
never
ass away.
change.
I'm sorry?
Do what? Say that again.
What the fuck are you talking about? Say your words, lady. What are you
It
saying?
really seems
What
that
I'm saying
women
is,
with a little
listen,
weight on
stop
them
talking,
really
stop talking.
intimidate
I'll
you.
say what I said. Be quiet for a second, all right? Because
Okay.
you just can't.
All right,
You
I'll
suck.
be quiet. I'll
Listen, just listen, dude. Just listen.
Because you're a
You're
real
trying
man.
to
You're
convince
right.
me and other people. My God, you're a fucking nightmare of a person. Here's what I have to say to you. You trying to convince me, you're listening? You trying to convince me that that pig isn't still racist today? You'd have better luck convincing me that she sprouted little wings and flew her fat ass away. Both of those are equally believable.
We're not
Well,
going to
obviously.
Okay,
It's
so
obvious.
carry on. What's
The
the next
reason
topic?
you cannot agree with that because you're afraid of her. Your money depends
How
on
am I afraid of
coexisting with
her?
her.
How am I
Because
afraid?
your
How
money,
are you
because if
afraid
you
of people on an internet with words? How am
if
I
you go,
You are afraid of her. Just trust me on this, everybody. She is scared of Clue because if she was to challenge Clue now or go against her now, well, all of the subscribers are going to turn against her. Clue's following is very vile, and she's going to get the same work Brittany J has. She don't want it. She would rather pretend that Clue isn't racist than have to fight her in any way on the internet. I'm telling you, she's scared of her.
go against her, you make less vacation money.
I'm more vacation money. Kyle works 2 jobs. Jesus Christ.
You traded your morals for likes and clicks. You traded your morals if you ever had any. You traded your morals for likes and clicks.
I traded my morals for likes and clicks.
Exactly.
Again, what exactly am I scared of on somebody on the internet?
I'll explain it to you. If you had a strike of wanting to be honest and your heart couldn't deal with empathizing for a fucking hateful person, and you came out tomorrow and you said on your live stream, I can't support racist people anymore. I thought about it, and this person, it turns out she is. Not only just the racism is just the straw that broke the camel back. Just overall, she's a despicable fucking human being that does crazy dumb shit here. That's just been proven. I'm sorry?
I disagree with you.
Of course you do, because your livelihood depends on it.
My livelihood depends on it. Why are you?
Yes,
This would be
literally.
He's correct. It's not just Clue's racism that's a problem. It's a lot of things that's a problem with the things that Clue says on Death App. She's disgusting. She can't give any type of commentary worth a damn because all it is about sex, snail trails, banging her head on a headboard. Let's see, beating women. If she was a man, you know what she would do, steel toe boots, all that stuff. So it's a promise. It ain't just the racism that makes Clue problematic. And Nonsense knows if she was to go against her, this would happen to her. I would rather be hated. I promise you all, I don't care. I would rather be hated than loved by well, you're not even loved, than pretend liked by a bunch of fools that sit in Clue's chat and cheer on that type of behavior. I don't care. Hate me. Nonsense, on the other hand, will not take a stand. She doesn't care. And this is the woman who's always hollering, you don't stand on shit. Ma'am, projection. You don't stand on shit. And that's been proven. Let me let this finish.
You would be devoured. The hive would turn on you. The fucking racist Clue crew would.
Yep.
You would get torn to shreds.
If the hive would yep, he's not wrong. You don't have to like him to understand. This is true. The hive would turn on her. Look what happened to Jay. Now, this will get interesting in a minute because he asked her about Jay. Let me let this play.
If you had any counter argument or any, if you didn't agree with exactly what they feed you to say, your days would end here instantly on YouTube. You would get torn to shreds. Do you think they are collecting all the dirt on you too, stupid?
They've been collecting on me since I took their wrenches 2 years ago.
Okay, so
she makes this about some old moderators from 2 years ago. They've been collecting on me since I took their wrenches 2 years. This has nothing to do with old mods. Pearl. believe it's not.
Seriously, is your tinfoil hat wrapped too tight or not
It
tightly
is.
enough? Her obsession that somehow there's this grand conspiracy behind the scenes where Nunya and Hoodie and everyone are constantly talking about her and dropping details about her to anyone. I promise you, I have never had a private conversation with anyone where you have been the topic of conversation nonsense. You seriously are so paranoid about these people. What did you do to them that you're worried about? That's what it makes me wonder.
It's what it makes me wonder, because the way she always is carrying on about these people and these wrenches, that they don't give a damn. They just don't care. The way she carries on about this all the time, even in this argument right here with Center, she tries to slick throw that in. It makes me wonder what she did.
So your plan is to just roll over and be a bad person.
No, I
Roger
had
that.
conversations. I called it out. I talked about it. I
475 in here. If you haven't yet, please hit the like.
had open
Uh-huh.
dialogue about it. I pulled the fuck
Uh-huh.
away, had to really sit and figure out. Then I had conversations, had other people
Oh,
that I
God.
had conversations with about, because I was like, what am I missing here?
What
What
am
is
I
going on?
missing?
We
Are you still friends with
Say
Jay?
conversations again.
Yeah, conversations. And here is the part. Let me rewind, Pearl, where he asked her about Jay.
Jay.
conversations, had other people that I had conversations with about, because I was like, what am I missing here? What is going on?
Are you still friends with Jay?
Who?
Jay.
So first of all, Jay and I are not friends. We communicated.
Do you support her?
Do I support Jay?
Yes.
In which
That's the question.
capacity?
Do you support
So
category
am I
5
friends
with
with
Jay?
her?
Oh,
friends with
that
her.
silence spoke volumes. She doesn't want to
Yeah,
say either
yeah.
way. And that silence there is the whole crux of this conversation.
Yep.
She wants to be everybody's friend.
And you can't. Trying to be everybody. What is it they say? A friend to all is a friend to none. You are, ma'am, that silence right there. Am I? And then you try to give yourself time. That's what people do when they hear you. And they do what? My friends, and they say what you just said. That's giving them time to come up with an answer. Too late. Your silence, that pause spoke volumes. You are not cool with Jay anymore, who you were just every time she was in your Jay, there's Jay for justice, Jay. Now that the Hive, Clue, and crew have turned on her, you better follow suit. That's it, that's all. Bow down. That's what you've done, nonsense. I know it's embarrassing. Silence was her answer. It sure was. Let's see what else she says.
You're not.
I'm not friends with her. No, I've had conversations about content with her.
I've had conversations. This lady in the word conversation, if we took that out of her vocabulary, how would she talk?
How do you feel
So I
about
appreciate some of her
how do you
content.
feel
was,
about
like,
her?
boring,
How do you feel
actually.
about her calling someone an N lover?
Yeah, that's weird to me, and why it was
Weird?
kept hidden.
He asked her, because if you all know, you're
Weird.
not weird. Yeah. If you're not up to speed, it came out last week. Some things that Jay for Justice had said behind the scenes. She uses the N word, tells the person to delete it, and then calls someone an N lover. This is all out. Everybody has seen it. If you haven't, you're literally under a rock. He asked her about this nonsense. How do you feel about Jay? And what she said. It's weird. Why is it weird? Nunya says, I'd love her to pull out the file of her filing cabinet that holds the receipts of me collecting shit on her. I don't give a fuck about this lady. A wrench. I don't want to be her friend. So stop trying. Denied. There you go. Nonsense. Don't think these people want to be your friend anymore. If you haven't caught on. So you find what Jay said weird? Gee, just weird, huh? All right.
from 2019
Weird.
until
Here's
now.
the problem. You think
From
something like that. How do you
2019.
feel about her?
Boring,
How do you feel
actually.
about her calling someone an N lover?
Yeah, that's weird to me, and why it was
Weird.
kept hidden from 2019
Weird.
until
Here's the
now.
problem.
And why it was kept hidden from 2019 until now. Well, ask
Because
your
the same
friends that.
reason, the same reason that you're all willing to say that Clue was changed on the evidence of nothing, because you can all live with the racism because it doesn't really touch you. As long as it's not shoved in your face, you'll turn a blind eye, and you've all done it. That's why. And only now that shit is coming down about Jay is this coming out.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Leah Lott says Granny and Nonsense are sticking behind Jay privately because Jay will 100% expose all their messages if they push her. QB really wants a public disowning from them against Jay. It's going to get dicey. I happen to agree with that. I expect more to come out of this whole Jay thing with Nonsense and Granny. You're correct. The B wants them to publicly denounce her. She needs that. She's trying. When she was reviewing something Jay was saying, really wasn't even that much that she had said on Granny, but the B made sure to make it a bigger deal than what it was. So that's exactly what she wants. Wait a minute. So it matters more that it's old shit being brought up than it does said. Exactly. And she needs to, she don't need to be asking Sinner or anybody else really why it was brought out now.
What
She
I
needs to
find
ask her
weird is
friends.
using the word weird. If they'd have said, "What do I think about Jay sort of throwing around the N word and saying somebody was an N lover?" I'd have been, my first response would have been, I was disgusted. I'm outraged. I can't believe that in this day and age, a woman of her age said it. I wouldn't have gone, it seemed a bit weird. That was
Yeah, and then
that was a weird response.
and then all the conspiracy theory behind it, which she's not wrong. It coming out now, the timing isn't lost on anybody, but still, she said it and she felt very comfortable saying what she said. So, how do you feel about it?
And the other side of it only coming out now tells you how deeply tolerant of racism this sector is, because no one brought that out until now, because that on its own would not be a killing blow on Jay. She already had to be on the outs with people for her being a racist to be an extra blow. If it had been brought out on its own, none of you would have given a damn.
Nope. I promise you that. They would have not said a word. They would have been like, well, this is from 2018, everybody. There would have been all the excuses made. Chasing says, curious, someone sent it to her. They tried to get it to others previously and no one cared. Exactly. They've known about this. I'm telling you, they've known about this Jay stuff. Only now is it being brought out. Chasing also says, Ange did not hold on to this for all these years. Someone else had it who was trying to get it to other people over the years. I guess no one gave a shit until Jay was canceled, till they forgot about Jay. That's exactly when it was a problem. If you think they care, trust me, they don't. Also, that is such a stupid argument. Well, this is old, I know. All right, here we go.
You think something like that's weird, and I consider it hateful.
What I find weird, it is hateful. But what I find weird is how that was from 2019 and it's just now coming out. That it was never put out before.
Listen,
that's odd to me. But it was
why is the
because
conspiracy?
exactly what's happening with you, Nonsense, with you.
Why is the conspiracy more important to you than the racism? This tells me everything about your mindset and exactly why you're willing to be snowed by Clue saying that, oh, she's changed. You really do want to talk about conspiracy and infighting and actually not relate to real significant issues. And this is why I cannot take you seriously. When you accuse everybody else of not standing on anything, you're projecting. You think everybody else is as superficial as you are.
Yep. That's exactly what she thinks. Nunya says, I disagree, though. I do think the fact this came out years after it happened is sus and intentional to me. Someone tried
Oh,
to
it
get
is
it to
sus.
others. Yeah, it's sus. Show proof of
It
that.
is sus. Like I said, what it indicates is that the tolerance for racism in this sector is very high. And no one thought
It
that it
is.
was going to be significant enough until, like I said, Jay was already weakened and that this would just be an extra blow.
Yep. We've done seen it. Exactly, Chasing. When Mad Day comes, Mad Day always comes. So what they got on you, when Mad Day comes, it'll all be brought to the forefront. That's exactly what happened.
Having to go along, toe this bullshit that you toe every single fucking day.
Who do I toe this bullshit for? I'm doing Lauren content and BJ content.
Snoopy, are
Who
you
am I
fucking
doing this
kidding
for?
me?
No.
You're sitting there talking. You talk
She's doing Lauren content. No, you're not. You covered Brittany for 7 hours a few days ago.
about
What?
other YouTubers parenting, but you don't talk about the crackhead.
First of all, I have no proof that she's a crackhead.
Dude, okay.
That'd
Look
be
at the
like me
police
coming up here and making allegations against you, and you don't like that. So I have no proof that Queen Bee
But
is.
you do it anyways, and boy, was your chat doing it a lot. It sure was. You don't have control over your chat, do you? Maybe
Oh,
it's because
wow.
of the type of content that you cover.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about you letting people call
Now
me the
my
most
chat's involved?
disgusting shit in your chat. What's that?
Again, touche. Your chat's the same.
Again. No, my chat just tells the truth about you.
Your chat.
You
doesn't
got
have-
man shoulders, you support racism, and you're not very smart.
Ugh.
So you're taking personal insults at me over my man shoulders and what you think my education or my intelligence
I
level
don't
is.
give a fuck.
thought you wanted to
I don't
have
give a
a
fuck if you graduated from
conversation
Harvard. It
around
makes
it
no
in
difference.
intelligence. Are you
Listen,
capable
lady.
of doing that?
Listen, I'm
Then
capable
are you
of so
capable?
much, bitch. Of what?
Because the thing about it is you continue.
Wait,
to
what was the question?
Hold
Am I
on.
capable of what, ma'am?
Of having a conversation, because the
That's
same
what we're doing.
allegations you are lobbying at me about Clue and Queen, I could throw
It's not
back
an
at you
allegation.
about you
You've already been
supporting
tried
people.
and convicted as
Oh.
guilty. I'm asking
And
you
what
why
jury?
you think it's
And
okay.
what jury?
And what?
Who's the
Jury?
jury?
Okay, Purple. Yeah, dang.
Opinion, stupid. You're sitting with a bunch of
And
people that
lobbying.
And who are you?
It's lobbying. She really clung to that word last night, Pearl. Like, I'm sure if I had to count 80 times, conversations and lobbying. Lobby. Was she?
And look, I
was she
have
out
got
here doing-
nothing for this conversation. Now I'm doing it. This talk where he's talking about her physical attributes and
There's so
the
much
whole
other
sort
to
of
go at.
she's like a man thing. That gets me. But can I point out to you that Nonsense has been on panels where they've called him Diaper Dave and insinuated that he was anally incontinent because of being repeatedly sexually abused when he was a young boy. So, like, man shoulders isn't that hard hitting when I remember the things that you've sat and allowed
Yeah.
people to say around you about this man.
Yeah, it's not my favorite thing, and there's so much other stuff to go at her for.
I detest it.
But
But it seems to me it's like 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. He is
Yeah.
throwing back to you the same bullshit that you've happily sat around. I despise both sides of it.
I agree. But this type of conversation, Nagato, shouldn't be that shocking to her, seeing where she sits. You do sit at Clues, so this should not be that shocking for Nonsense at all. Pearl, I'm going to let this play for a little bit and use the ladies' room. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Who's sitting with? Where is this perceived sitting? Where are we doing this at?
you're
Who made
you're
the-
metaphorically licking her trail. That's what you're
I'm
doing every day.
metaphorically licking
Just
her trail.
yeah.
Because I'm willing to
You
have
support
conversations
racists.
with
Why
people
is that
and
okay?
you're afraid of that?
Okay, let's approach this in a different way. Maybe you're not okay, or maybe you're fine with everyone realizing all at once that you aren't this decent person that you pretended to be. Are you okay with that?
Do you think first of all, how
Tell me you don't care, please. Come on, say you don't care. That'll be the cutest.
are you going to let me talk?
Yeah, go for it.
So the fact that I'm willing to have conversations with people, understand what they were trying to say, how that came about, not see anything from them, and hope for progress, and people should not
She said Nazi.
continue. Excuse me? Are you going to act like a fucking 40 or 50-year-old man or a 12-year-old?
You're not to be taken
Can you
seriously
stop cutting
because
me off?
you're like, oh, she changed, she hasn't changed.
Can
You're
you
full of
cut-
shit.
Did I say
You're
that?
garbage. You're garbage.
I said, Sinner, the same argument that you continue to lobby at me is the same one I could lobby at you. You sit and support people who are openly anti-Muslim, openly anti.
No. Nice try. No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
No,
If you're going to lobby at me about Clue,
no. I'm lobby at you. What I'm doing, bitch, is I'm observing and reporting. You're trash.
Okay, put a fucking name on it. Petty Betty, trash bag Karen, the great value finds. If you're going to fucking address me as trash, at least get it fucking right.
Oh, that was cringe. Oh, God, lady. You're just not good at this. Let me rewind.
Fuck you.
No.
Put a fucking name
Can
on
I
it.
say, for
Petty
the,
Betty,
I
trash
promise
bag
you it's the last
Karen.
time I'm going to say it. The word that you are not using correctly, you're looking for lob, which means to throw aggressively at someone. You're using lobbying, which is a political tactic of
It's a tactic, yeah.
organising, meeting political people and putting your argument and trying to influence them. Please use the word correctly or don't use it at all.
That would be great. It's like she's up here trying to campaign or something. I don't know. This was awful. Let's hear this cringe. God, she's such a cringe ball.
The great value finds. If you're going to fucking address me as trash, at least get it fucking right.
What the fuck are you talking? You're so dumb, dude. Was that supposed to be
I'm so dumb.
funny?
You don't even fucking know what you're talking.
If you're going to address me as trash, at least get it right. It's the great value kind. Who lied to her, y'all? Who told this lady she's funny? Okay, I've got questions. Someone needs to tell her, look, nonsense. You suck at this. That was not, it didn't land. It was horrible. You're using the word lobby wrong. You're up here making these, oh my God. She's so bad at this. It really, like, I've got chills.
About. You're just
You need to take your vacation money and go buy yourself a fucking
Why are
sense
you
of humor.
obsessed with the vacation money when we both work jobs?
And there we got another clue. I'm racist as F then, because I ain't paying you shit for something that happened. Okay, we done read that one.
Why are you fucking understanding that?
You think I'm obsessed with your vacation money? I think you're a dumb bitch.
We got a clue again, because nonsense doesn't know what's going on. Clue. If not wanting ignorance and monkey behavior around me or my kids makes me racist. Oh, fucking well, then there you go.
For telling people you lied while reviewing me. You don't have the balls to review me. You reviewed my chat like a scared bitch. While you were doing that, you were licking Ricky's snail trail in your chat in addition.
Licking Ricky's snail trail. Pearl, did you see her try to be funny? Reading comments about herself.
She's the least funny person on here. It's almost tragic how she thinks that she's funny and she's not. Can I just pick up something that was said in the chat about how we're missing the point that this is not an effective debate? No, we're not missing that point at all. This is a terrible debate.
Yeah.
He was unprepared and was very aggressive, understandably so, though. So we'll say he was speaking the language that Clue speaks, and he was talking to someone who was happily sitting on panel when jokes were made about his body and as the result of possible sexual abuse. So I understand his anger and his venom. Do I think that it helped? No, I don't think that it helped at all. But she wasn't making any sense either. Just because her language was more constrained, it doesn't mean that she was hitting her points any better. It was a terrible debate. But what was successful about it was she really thought that she was going to come up and say she'd had hard-hitting conversations and therefore it was all right. And when challenged to expound and develop that, she couldn't. And it was effective to that extent. But really, it was a whole mess.
You know what I think? I think if Sinner would have been more prepared, because he did box her in several times. He was not letting her slip away.
He did box
her in. He did. And
he really, really did. And yes, I agree. It would have been much more effective. I think that it speaks volumes that somebody emailed him and said, now you've made that offer to drop a link. You better let her up, otherwise you'll never hear the end of it. You know, you've killed yourself if you don't let her up. And he's correct, because imagine how she would have been if he
If
hadn't
he
have dropped
hadn't,
the link.
oh yeah. See, he's scared. He wouldn't even drop the link. I'm glad she got the link and made a complete fool of herself.
In addition to that, you were lying to
I
your
was
subscribers
leaking
and saying, "Oh, I don't spend the money I make here on vacation." You're a
I
liar.
didn't spend that money on vacation. I
Who
didn't.
gives a fuck? You're still a liar and
You're
that
still
supports a
stuck on it,
racist
and I
person.
brought it up 3 times now, Sinner. Again,
Uh-huh. Do you have
You're
anything
lying.
at all to say to me right now, or is this going to be it? Thanks so much, guilty of crime.
you really cannot handle a conversation.
Oh,
Dude,
God,
I'm handling-
lady, you don't have a conversation. That's another thing. You don't have a conversation. Stop using the word conversation. You thought you were going to
Talks a
come up
lot
there.
about conversations, but there's no actual conversation in the conversation.
No, it's just a bunch of words that she. God, I was
The
trying to
word
review her
itself.
yesterday, girl. It was
Conversation is more than the word conversation. Give us details. Expound on what happened. How did things change? How many conversations did you have? Did this were there moments when you thought that there wasn't going to be any change? What was the breakthrough? Give us the details, but you don't. You just say, "Oh well, I had a conversation, and she hasn't said it since publicly." I'm just not buying any of it. I'm sorry, I just don't.
I don't either. And she also says this a lot, Pearl. People aren't willing to have the conversation. Again, I will say to you, people have tried, Nunya being one of them, to have conversations with Clue. I think that was on the bees. Then one time, Clue went on Burnt Toast panel. Everybody spoke for her. She does not say, you got them old weirdos that are always up on panel. I think Clue's amazing. I don't think she meant it. I think this is what it was. So if that's the conversation you're talking about nonsense, that's not a conversation. That's just pathetic. Oh God, it's just pathetic. It's so when I think back to that, especially when Nunya was up there trying to have a conversation with her on the bees, how bad that was. Also, when she was on Burnt Toast, and somebody had wrote in the chat, what about her comment about sending black people back to Africa or something like that? And she was like, I would have to see the context. You know your context. You wrote it, okay?
The context was you were in the chat of a known racist who was talking about black people. There's your context. Now go. Tell us what you were doing.
There's your context. It was so bad. You can't change shit. Wait a minute. You never see is wrong. Pick a lane. Clue says nothing was wrong with it. How could she have changed? That's what I was saying earlier. If she doesn't see anything wrong with what she said, the behavior hasn't changed because she still feels the way she feels, which is okay, whatever. No one's asking her to change that, but stop trying to convince us that she's not a racist. That's what gets on my nerves with you people, especially nonsense. The most pathetic windmiller for Clue. The most pathetic sympathizer for Clue. Just stop doing that. I'll accept it and move on. All I need nonsense to say is I don't care. I don't care that she's a racist. We hate the same person. And if I turn against her, this will happen to me. That's all you got to say. I would respect that a whole lot better.
Yeah, I wouldn't have any more
This
tolerance
conversation-
for it, but I would at least respect the honesty.
Yeah, that's all. And I know that's the truth anyway. I don't need her to tell me that because I already know the truth. No one can convince me otherwise. Exactly, voices carry.
With grace and panache, bitch. What are you talking about?
You
I got this
handled
whole
it with grace?
conversation handled.
How many times have
What?
you insulted me and I haven't done the same to you?
Dude,
This is
because you're
graceful for-
garbage, dude. This is the
This is
most
graceful for
this is
you.
the most energy I've ever given a racist person in my entire life.
Now I'm the racist.
Well, yeah, you fucking support them, so you must agree with them, right?
Oh,
Or they
right.
is somebody
Oh,
making
yeah,
you do
right.
it?
That's a great argument right there too.
Is somebody making you support racist people?
Somebody
Let us know
made-
if you're in trouble. We'll help you out.
I thought at one time you were open to conversation
Oh,
and change
God.
and progression in the world and hoping for a better place and not supporting.
Oh my God. What was this? I thought you were open to conversations in the world and progression and a better place. Oh my God. What? I gotta rewind.
You support racist people? Let
Somebody
us know if
made-
you're in trouble. We'll help you out.
I thought at one time you were open to conversation and change and progression in the world and hoping for a better place and not supporting people that
Dude, what are you talking about?
Wow.
That's where you went wrong, bitch. You thought you knew me somehow. You don't know me. You don't know me.
What?
I don't want to know.
That was so, like, I don't even have words. What the heck? She thought, I'm glitching out. She thought that he was open to conversation and the world and a better place and rainbows and sunshine. What the hell? Nonsense. You should have just got down, girl. Oh God, it's so bad. It's so bad. Oh God, this is more cringe than anything.
You truly on a personal level. I don't need to know you on a personal level. What I'm trying to understand is, isn't a huge portion of progression, conversation, and growth, and hoping that
things say conversation one more time.
That hurt people, like systemic racism,
racist
God. Conversations, racist language, I guess I should say.
You mean like sending black people to Africa to go find
that people realize that hurt people. Aren't we supposed
to? Girl, that's your friend Clue. Are you okay? Wow. Oh, wow. Wow. Whew. Listening to it for the second time and how bad it is left me speechless. I'm not kidding y'all.
Change.
I don't think you have an argument. I don't think you have an argument in this debate, ma'am. I think it's over for you.
You can't.
You're talking about the world changing and everything should be better, man. Oh yeah, sure. I want to know more specifically why do you think you're a decent person when you in fact support a fat, crazy racist person?
So I'm not going to even respond to that because
there's nothing you could say to justify doing so.
No, via the internet.
Listen,
you're putting my worth attached to people that I have no control over what comes out.
I'm not doing anything but stating my opinion, asking you questions. I'm not putting anything. Nice try. You are a really slippery pig. You're a slippery pig.
I'm a slippery pig?
Yeah, I agree with him. She thinks she's slippery. She thinks she's good at this. She really thought she was going to maneuver this somehow. And
she's good at this.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my God. By using stupid words like lobby and conversation and willing. No, you are not rocking us to sleep with this nonsense. You need to go somewhere else and do that. This was an epic fail. I would have woke up mortified this morning, but I've got a feeling you think you're good and that you did great up there.
You can't dude, I asked you why you support racist and how do you deal with the paradox of pretending to be a good person?
I have not continued to see any racist language from her.
Oh my God.
Okay, so
have you?
Just to be clear, you think in your heart, you believe that she's changed. Are you telling me that you believe that she's not racist anymore?
I believe that she misused language and that she didn't understand the harm that could come attached to that. That's my perception on it, because after getting to have conversations with her, did she say that? Yes,
I know what's going on here.
Conversations.
She didn't understand the harm her words could cause. Are you fucking kidding me? She's a grown adult woman. More than that, she is the mother of what could be considered an oppressed class in the same way. Somebody who experiences prejudice at the hands of a larger alternative community. But because your daughter is gay, you understand on some fundamental level the way that a larger, different community can be oppressive in the language that they use and the behaviours that they exhibit. But we're meant to believe that you didn't understand the way that your words could hurt and damage the black community. Bullshit.
Oh, wow. Misused language. Wow. To sum it up, Clue is still a racist. She's fine with it. Nonsense is also fine with it, and she wants to lobby and have conversations.
here. You're not very smart. What she is a racist, and you support her, and I think you're too dumb to realize that.
So again, you're on one side of it, and I'm on the other. You are on.
And the reason,
ever used racist
so I'm on the anti-racist side, and you're on the racist side.
No, I'm on the progression and hoping that people stop.
Progression
She's on the progression side. She said.
is not racist.
Progression is not racist.
Yeah, not at all. You're on the racist side, and I'm on the anti-racist side.
Okay,
And
let's
you just lost this
Maybe
conversation.
you can understand this. Have you ever seen people go from the MAGA cult like Betty to
I don't listen.
becoming more progressive and learning?
I know
that
what.
their
Listen,
rhetoric-
She's trying to talk about cults and Bullhorn Betty. Oh, you are slippery. Well, you're not, but you think you are. You try.
I'm not gonna fall for your fucking slippery pig babble.
I'm not being slippery.
I'm just gonna tell you quite clearly. So you're predicating your support for this racist person by stating that you don't believe that she's racist.
I'm not having this argument. I've already answered that question. Can you continue?
I think you're.
So basically, what she said is, I can't tell you she's not racist. There's no way I can say she's not a racist. So she's going to tell you she's not going to have this conversation again. You got nothing, nonsense. You've got nothing.
Afraid to answer that question.
No, I've answered it numerous times in numerous different
No, you
fashions,
haven't.
and it's never going to be sufficient.
haven't.
So
You
I'm going
evaded the
to
question.
take you back to, can people
Okay, so
She absolutely evaded the question every time by saying stupid things that didn't mean shit about lobbying, conversations, 2025. All it was a bunch of word salad that meant nothing. Absolutely nothing. Oh, and lobby. Did I miss that part? She found a new word.
just because
just
people use racist
hey,
things
just to sum this up for
in
you,
their lives,
Goofy.
are they
Hey,
able
Goofy.
to progress and
Hey,
change their behavior?
hey. This conversation's over, bitch. This conversation's over. You support racist people, and you
So what we
either
gotta
A
accomplish
or
here
such
is
a
that
sucker.
you are unable to have a conversation. You use
I just had one. I just
You
had one.
have no intellect.
You
have
are
no
a
outside of
racist
the
supporting
perspective
trash
that-
ass
okay,
bitch.
listeners,
Bye, bitch. I mean, come on, dude. She's changed.
Oh, wow. So there it was. Nonsense failed, y'all. Access denied. That was horrible. I'm glad she took the link, though, and made a fool of herself like this. It just shows you
Oh, I'm really
exactly
glad
where
she
she
took the
is.
link, and I'm really glad that it led her up. I really would have hoped for it to go a better way, but it has to be said, nonsense. I despise some of the terms that Sinner was using towards you. And then, as my gut reaction to that became thought,
Mhm.
I remembered all the times that you said terrible things about Brittany and the way that you've portrayed her in thumbnails, going on about, her leg, which is a physical illness, sort of like, oh, it needs to be lifted up by a crane and all this sort of thing. You're not some delicate little flower that doesn't insult people on a personal and
Right.
physical level. You are more than capable of getting down and dirty about people. So, while it was quite clever that you reined your conversation in so that it just looked like Sinner was the only person who was throwing insults, I've seen you in other arenas and the things that you say and the stunts that you pull. So it didn't convince me, but it probably
Yeah.
did convince a few people who weren't aware of the way that you
Yeah.
speak about people.
Yeah, let me find that. Yeah, let me send that to myself. So I would like to. Well, let me see. Yeah, that's the one. Let me send that to myself because this would be a good question for nonsense. I'm sure she doesn't have an answer though. Give me just a second while I download it. God almighty. What told her to get up there and cat link, y'all? Yeah, so this will be great.
I agree with
I'll go up there
Nunya.
and say lobby.
I've got to say, I agree with Nunya on some things, though. He did decisively cut through the word salad. She thought that she was going to come up there and run her usual routines, and he tried to cut through that and sort of get to, so you support a racist. Sort of, where's the evidence that she's not racist? I mean, he did. He landed some real blows on her.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. Oh, where'd my chat? There it is. Okay, it's loading back here. There we go. I wish I could make it bigger, but I'll just read it to you. Cluminati says, the only people who want me to be homophobic, racist, are those who are that way themselves. And I can't fix stupid.
That's a nice catchy little
So
phrase that means absolutely nothing.
nothing. It has nothing behind it. But it's a denial. I mean, that's how, I mean, so what I would ask Nonsense if I had the opportunity and she was willing to cut through all the nonsensical baloney that she puts in, just have a normal conversation. I'd like to ask her, how did this conversation go with Clue? What makes her a non-racist now? What has she done? What has she said to you? Without, you don't have to tell me the personal stuff that makes you think she's changed. Hey, Amanda, good to see you. When she denies even being the thing that she is. I mean, it's out there, it's for everybody to see. She doesn't even admit to it now. Okay, I'm looking. I'm looking. Oh, there's another one. I don't know whose chat. Cluminati. I never made any racist comments. If I have, show me where they are. Well, I'm glad you asked, dummy. I'm glad you asked.
Chat. I heard them talking about this while I was actually away from the keyboard, and I'm just like, I was so tempted to go in there and get in the conversation, but I promised myself I don't even want to be in a conversation where Clue is directly there, because she's just full of shit. I'm not tolerating
Yes,
her
she
racism.
is. Nope. Well, you ask and you will receive. This was in JB Gunners, but we're going to listen to a little bit of what Clue has to say.
Where we were talking about children who cannot behave.
Julie.
I refer to them as monkeys, like monkeys in a barrel.
Nope.
Kind of like you just did us.
Nope.
She just tried to say that she referred to black people as monkeys in a barrel. Nice reach there, Clue. And my chat ain't loading again. That's great.
But when you use that conversation, you try to say that I call black people monkeys.
You did.
Yes, you did.
Just curious.
Yes, you did.
Just curious.
Yes, you did. You
Could
did.
you take some time?
This bitch is arguing with a recording. Just an FYI.
Room? I'm sorry. Imagine that as your roommate. Exactly.
Oh, and let me remind y'all, JB Gunner, I'm thinking he was a regular at Tommy Sotomayor. If you know, you know.
That dude lives with you, and you thought it was going to turn out well? That dude lives with you, and you thought everything was going to turn out just fine?
And right there's Clue. She's eating all this rhetoric up in JB Gunner's chat.
Fine. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. Let me give a shout out to Upgrade, who sent 5131. Thank you, brother. Upgrade sending 5131. He's got me doing math. Oh, I see. There we go. Thank you, brother. Shout out to Upgrade. It's okay because he's oppressed. No, and that's what's fucked up. If this would have happened in New York, DA Alvin Bragg in New York would have done let him out. He'd already be a free man. So bet that guy.
Where is Clue? JB, it's okay. He's oppressed. Clue voice, right? Oh, Scooby-Doo. So she wanted people to show her. Well, here we go.
As 40, yeah, but he doesn't pay 40 on the rent. Thank you, Upgrade.
She does. I mean, yeah. BJ says flying monkeys to anybody that don't agree with her in her chat. It has nothing to do. I know. The reach, though.
Team even. That was sarcasm in case you couldn't tell. Oh, yeah, of course. Of course. You know I don't think they're oppressed.
Blue wants you to know that that was sarcasm in case you couldn't tell. She doesn't think black people are oppressed. Okay.
That's why everybody in the true crime community hates my guts, because I'm not the fucking libtard like they are.
And I can tell this is a regular. He was a regular at Tommy Sotomayor. God, you can just tell. Ooh, I hear a lot of Tommyisms because Tommy was kind of the one who led the way into all this. And you can tell who frequent his chat, and JB Gunner was definitely one of them.
I don't have white guilt. I call things like I see it. Was it drugs? Has the wife? What? You know what I think it is?
Got his voice.
I think it was jealousy, to be perfectly honest. Look, man, you know how people are. Look, man, let me just say this. Come on.
And this was back in February of 2024, y'all. We're just into, well, we're about out of 2025. So, again, nonsense. What's the conversation and the change there, girl?
So we got this dude here, 24. I could see this motherfucker saying, fuck these white privileged motherfuckers. I could see it happening. Or maybe he was mad that she was not a mud shark.
There's the noun for what that definition is, what the definition for that word.
Maybe he was mad that she wasn't a mud shark, or mad that they're privileged, and wanted to do something about it, wanted to take them out. That's the way it always works. That's the way it always works. What's up, Kim? How you doing, beautiful? Look, man, the chick that I'm around, she works around Sharkeishes and lawn care specialists.
Oh, God.
And all the time they're at work talking about what they're going to do that night. And so, of course, if you ask me, hey, what are you doing tonight? I'm going to Epcot Center. I'm going to Animal Kingdom.
We ain't going to listen to this whole thing again, y'all. We are not doing this to ourselves. If you don't know,
one of them get mad. That's not a real head.
If you don't know by now that Clue supports this rhetoric, I can't help you. Clue, you damn dummy. Stop asking to show you where you're a racist. Shut up. Don't ask anybody to show you again. You embarrass yourself doing that. What's more embarrassing is the people that come out here and try to sympathize with you and take up for you. I cannot. I'm surprised Julie Skolnick hasn't caught what? Oh, Chasing said something. There you are, stars. These people don't care. They agree. Yep, they do. And they'll throw money at her. It's sad. They all agree with it. She was in their chat with a dude named Daddy Hitler. Yes, I remember that. Yep. Oh my God. Why soup? I'm walking my dogs. What happened? Coco says, Chasing. One would think a proud Jewish lady would be offended, but no, she's another one. Looky here. These people ain't got no backbone. There's a lot of them that don't, and it's unfortunate. Just don't ever expect it from me or Pearl. It's just not going to happen. I'm just not going to do it. I could never be like nonsense. And just, oh, well, I had the conversation. She's willing to grow. When she's out here steady denying that she even said it. And when she got called out on it over a year ago, she said, I am what I am. Get over it. If you don't like it, oh, well. Pearl, you just can't help these people. I mean, we can get up
really
there and
can't.
talk.
I mean, I was deliberately keeping quiet because I wanted you to hear the way this guy talks about black people and the way that he tries to use the worst examples of crime as an indicator of all black people. Would you like Jeffrey Dahmer to be the epitome of what white people are? We can all find extreme behavior in all races and all sexes and sexualities and gender identities. They are people who would be freaky and extreme, whatever they were. There's something sick within them. They're not totems for their whole community. That
No.
black guy is no more indicative of every black person than Jeffrey Dahmer is indicative of every white person. It's
Thank
ridiculous.
you.
And if you make that argument, you are fundamentally racist. This is not difficult. Why are you making it difficult?
Because that's just easier for them to do. And he also makes some stupid point about not only white people can be racist. Look up the term racism for one. I think you mean prejudice. Yes, black people can be prejudiced, but that's something that he tries to run with. This JB Gunner guy. Supporting racists and staying silent enables for no chance of change. Exactly. There's no chance of
Yeah.
it.
Listening to that JB Gunner guy, he's invested in being a victim of circumstance. It's like women who've accused him of domestic violence are sort of making him a scapegoat, all this sort of thing. It's like, oh, you poor oppressed white man. It's never ever your behaviour,
Yeah.
is it? It's always the way that society's changed and has got it in for you.
Yeah. Poor feller. But he also, I think it's on Jones's page. Matter of
He did a
fact,
couple of shorts where he said specifically how he felt that Clue had turned her back on him and had sold him out because he knew exactly how her thoughts aligned with his and how much she dropped the N-word behind the scenes. He specifically says that. And
yeah,
he
I'm
was
finding
offended.
it.
He was sort of like, oh, it was fine while I was sending you super chats and you were in my chat, but now it's sort of, you don't want to be associated with me.
He
So
calls her a sellout.
he
I'm
called her a
actually
sellout,
looking
yeah.
for it. Yeah, because I want y'all. Dang, Jones's burning up the shorts here. I gotta go way down. Jones, and you in here? How far down I gotta go? It's in a short. I don't think it's a video, right? God, I'd
It's
love
2
to find.
shorts, yeah.
I'm looking.
I
But he
don't know
does.
whether she might
Go
have
ahead.
ever shared them on a post. I can't remember, but I definitely saw them via Jones in.
Yeah, it was Jones and found him, and it was a good find. Let me slow down while I'm looking. I'm going too fast. Boy, I'd love to
Yeah,
play.
he actually says that Clue has gone politically correct. And I remember that so clearly because I laughed, thinking, how extreme must your views be that you think Clue is politically correct?
I know, right? God, where is it? Okay, there's one. And she says context matters. That's a good one with all of her comments. I really wish I could find that one, but I won't take up too much time searching for it. But it's on Jones's page somewhere. Y'all have got to listen to it if you can find it. It is JB Gunner. He's calling Clue out. He's like, look, you were all for this type of talk. You donated over here. And then, like, yeah, Pearl said, now you've gone all politically correct. He calls her a sellout. I ain't going to be able to find it.
Can I just take a moment to say, if Truth Exposed is listening, I did not block you in this chat.
Oh, yeah,
That's
let's
not
get
to
into
say
that.
that I wouldn't have, but I choose not to make the decisions on areas that are directly a part of my life because I don't want to be acting from emotion. I want other people to make a clear decision. You see what I'm saying? It's not that I
Mhm.
won't do it. I prefer not to. So no, I didn't block you. No, I'm not a moron. I do actually know what I'm talking about because you're talking about my lived life. When you say that you could go toe to toe with me, you could do, but you wouldn't like it.
No,
You are not transphobic. You're right. You don't have any fear of trans people. You have trans hate. You're a
there you
hater
go.
in the real and fundamental sense of the word. You hide your prejudice and your hate behind a few scientific facts and biology, forgetting that if we were to take the biological argument, people would say to you, facts don't care about your feelings. You say that you're attracted to the opposite sex, but your body is made for you to go with a man, and therefore you should not deny biology. Can you see how stupid that sounds to you
Oh
as
my
a gay
God, she
person?
said that?
No, she was saying that biology, you can't change biology, that facts, biology just doesn't care about your feelings. She was making that argument about
Oh,
trans
okay.
people. And I'm saying, once you invest yourself in the biological argument, then people are going to turn around to you. Fundamental people are going to turn around and say to you, as a gay woman, well, facts don't care about your feelings. Don't tell me that you love a woman. Your body is made to be with a man, and therefore you should be with a man. Biology doesn't care about your feelings. I don't believe that. But if you think that biology is the only thing that matters, then that's what you're going to have to face. Is that what you want?
And while we're on it, lady, I did think you were a guy. There's like 50 truths around here named, or they are a dude. I didn't misgender you because for the hell of it, I thought you were one of those truth people that were like a dude. I really thought you. Now that I know that you're a woman, you'll be a woman. Stop reaching and don't tag me in anything. I'm not going to read it. I wouldn't even have known this if Pearl and other people hadn't have told me. Just you bring this up in every chat you're in. You're just trying to argue with people. You don't want to understand anybody. You're just a weirdo going around from chat to chat trying to argue with everybody. That's the same one.
Yeah,
That
and
truth.
also, you're. Can I? Sorry, I'm on a rant now. I'm not going to reply to you on your page. I never ever want anything to do with you again. Full stop. But people like you who say that we trans our children for social media interaction are idiots. No one would put themselves through all this bullshit unless it was an absolute fact. That we are Munchausen syndrome by proxy. Go fuck yourself. That our children will kill themselves during the process of transition or shortly after. Sorry to break the news to you, mother of an adult 30-year-old success, first class degree, works in an opticians, the whole 9 yards, no mental illness. Sorry, sucks to be you. My lived experience is not the same as your prejudice. Go fuck yourself.
Exactly. And don't ever come back into my, which you won't. Shout out to my mods. It's not that you even want to have, I don't even want to say conversation now. Like, seriously, nonsense. You ruined so many words for so many people. Good morning, Eric. But anyway, I'm not arguing with anybody like you, Truth Exposed. So, anyway, thank you, Lindsay. Lindsay found it, Pearl, where JB Gunner calls out Clue. So, we're going to listen to this.
And Dago and whoever's with you. Notice how y'all didn't have nothing bad to say about me when I was giving you money. But all of a sudden got real social justice warrior. We're like, we don't like the fact that he said but why didn't you say that when I was paying you? It's really weird, huh? It's really weird, huh? But this is true.
Is he trying to sound like DMX? DMX.
That's how most white people are.
You hear it, Pearl? Shout out to DMX. Damn, he was good. But to me, it's like he's trying to, yeah.
You don't give a fuck what we say, because you say we all say we all.
Ooh! Did you hear that? You don't give up that we say the N-word. You say it, I say it, we all say it. Damn. Yeah, Clue. You can't hide it.
Y'all do all this. But when it comes to your personal preference, your personal ideology, your personal, viewpoint from other people, you get really bitch made. Y'all didn't give a fuck.
She got bitch made when she came over here, though, and called out on it. Now, suddenly, she is. Yeah. Now she's like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Misogyny always goes with the racism. It's incredible.
It does.
It's like when I heard Clue saying something about Jay and saying, if I was your man and you were my
I
bitch,
would,
it's like,
yeah.
oh, that's it. It's
Pearl.
men are always men and women are always bitches. Misogyny,
Boys will be
misogyny. It's always
boys.
the same.
Pearl, there is something about her. I swear, I think she's one of those who hollers all the time. I get along with men better than women. And I
Yeah.
think there is something to be said that women who can't get along with their own. She wants
I
to be
agree.
one of the, she thinks it's
I
cool.
am very suspect of women who don't have close women friends or who don't get on with their sisters. It's just like, okay, so what's the issue then?
Yeah, what
I
is
just
the
feel like
real?
there's such an amount of internalized misogyny over here. And I tell you what else is symptomatic of that stupid tampon phrase. Get out of here with that bullshit.
Oh God. It's so lame. The inserter. And you got nonsense trying to say it now. Nonsense has really taken on Clue's identity.
Following me for a long time. I'm every day for the last 3 years.
They said that
Yeah.
he sounds like Yosemite Sam and Foghorn Leghorn had a baby.
Who said that?
I said boy.
Boy, I said boy. DMX.
LG said it. Spot
Oh,
on.
okay. Come here, boy. I said boy.
And you followed me the whole time. But today you took my money, and then today you were like, well, we gotta get rid of the guy that's girl out.
That's exactly what happened, JP.
Why didn't you say that before?
Boom. That's what happened. JP says she changed her tune the day she had Savage on panel, and they were all going in hard, being racist fucks, and Savage dropped and disavowed her. Then all of a sudden, she dropped JB. Well, ain't that some shit? Stand on it, Clue.
Because you weren't going to say, well, I wasn't giving you money before, because you're just a fraud. If you people got a problem with the way I hear, you should not take my money. You should not follow me in the gun squad.
Guys.
You should not do any of that. But you do it because you're a fraud. We argued all day long about how the Trev 357 is a fraud. And then you was just as much of a fraud.
Bro.
So about we're not going to take this racist shit. You literally watched me on my streams.
You did.
You literally took all my money until then, didn't you? JB Gunner the man, huh?
Well, I wouldn't say that, buddy.
Why? Because I'm not afraid to but you and then you got real bitch made about it and said, oh, we got to eliminate JB Gunner. Even though you didn't worry about that when you invited me on your panel. Even though you knew my viewpoint on it. Why is that?
She sure did, didn't she, JB? That's the only thing I agree with you on here. She switched up when?
Somebody's playing. Somebody's not. Somebody's a fraud. Somebody's not.
Well, there you go. Oh, there's a second part.
Yo, Illuminati. If you do not agree with me, send me back my $50. I promise you won't do that. My $70, actually. You won't do that? Because the same reason that you didn't do it while I was on your...
He said, send me back my $70 if you don't agree.
chat room. You watched me for months. I've said... How many times have you told me not to do it? You haven't. But then today, you took my money. And then you blocked me. And it was like JB ain't shit. He's a racist. We can't do this. Why didn't you do it while you was accepting my money all this time?
It's a good question, Clue. Where you at? Where's all that energy you had when you was in JB Gunner's chat? Huh? See, it's out here. You can't hide from the truth. Where is this live at, Clue? Where is it? Clue took down her live when she was exposed, but it's already out there too. Joneson's got that too. That's the one where she calls her subs her fans. That's how she looks at her subscribers, as fans. Imagine coming out here and me calling y'all my fans. lady.
Sorry, I'm laughing. I'm not laughing at what you just said. I just read somebody say, is he in a Boss Hog audition?
Fact is, Clue was a regular at JB's virtual clan meeting until it wasn't beneficial to her anymore. That's the top and bottom of it.
Bingo.
There you, yeah, GG. Fuck T, we got the soup. It sticks to your ribs. That's top and bottom of it. She was perfectly okay with all of this until people started figuring out, yeah, whoa. I don't know if I want to be associated with you. Yeah. And then all of a sudden she had to, yeah, where you at, Clue? What you got to say now? And I heard, I don't know, I don't talk to this guy. Just read it in a comment somewhere, but he might have more to say. I don't know. Wouldn't that be a shame? You can't run from it forever. Nonsense, you can't cover up for her forever. And you look silly doing it. You made a fool of yourself. You really did. Talking about conversations. Willing to have the conversation. Willing to have the conversation. Shut up. Let's get a little palate cleanser. Yeah, if you haven't, please hit the like. Now, this I haven't seen, JP. Let's see what this is. Rowena farted.
It sounds like she's transforming from her goblin demon state to a human being. Oftentimes you'll hear like, oh, I was just doing this. It's like, wait a minute, are we just going to ignore the fact that she just morphed? She's morphing over there.
Except it's make sure you understand. So, yeah.
I mean,
what was
how
that?
did she start talking so clearly after making that noise? Like, what the fuck was that?
What was that? Wait a minute. Let's go back.
Was that a soundboard or an actual
Oftentimes you'll hear like,
I don't know. Let's hear it again, Pearl. What the fuck was that?
I was just doing this. It's like, wait a minute, are we just going to ignore the fact that she just morphed? She's morphing over there.
Except it's make sure you understand.
What the hell?
I mean, how did she start talking so clearly after making...
That doesn't sound real. What the hell was that?
What? What happened?
that noise? Like, what the fuck was that?
And Sinner's right. We just going to act like this didn't happen?
Are you plunging your toilet right now, Rowena? What is happening?
For God's sake, Duke. Have you been chewing on 5-day-old bones again?
Damn it, Duke. I think it was Rowena, though, wasn't it? He said, are you plunging your toilet again?
Yeah, just make sure you understand. So, yeah.
So, yeah, we're just going to overlook that fucking noise?
So you just... What?
I haven't heard a sound like that.
You need to close your...
unfortunate incident where Jenna still had her mic on when she went to the toilet, and she not only did she make the most terrible toilet sounds, but she also managed to sort of kick the waste bin in the bathroom at the same time.
That was awful.
That
really
so embarrassing. I mean, it couldn't have been any worse if she hadn't sort of given herself a pep talk or started singing or something that had everything.
And she don't. Jenna don't even deny it. She's like, "Yep, I did it. That was awful."
Yeah, I will give her praise for that. There was no attempt at a cover up for denial. It was just like, yeah, I don't know what was going on, but it must have been like the worst toilet incident to be live on a mic ever.
Oh God, what's her face? Shining. Oh, she was hilarious. She gave her hell for months over that too.
Legs, lady, what the fuck is happening here?
Just make sure you understand.
Yeah, sorry that y'all had to hear me sing. Sorry.
Singing is the least of our concern at this point. What the fuck is happening, dude? Somebody help me. What was that noise? I can't listen to it again, but hey, Clippers.
But B Tim was on panel. He always gets to make up songs, and I never do.
I think that's funny.
He does that for Cletus as well, when he just sort of makes random banjo noises for Cletus in the background.
He can be funny. I
He
know
can
he
be
pisses
funny.
people off, but he
And
can.
in some ways, it's just as much a cliche as when B. Tim does a southern accent for anybody that he thinks is stupid. The difference is that so that he's actually funny with it, you consider the South, anybody from the South, an idiot. He's just making fun of the sounds.
Yeah, yeah. But that's hilarious. B. Tim is stupid. It doesn't matter where the person's from. If he doesn't like them,
They're
suddenly
from
he
the
makes
South,
them
yeah.
Southern.
Even if
That's
they're not
the
actually
doesn't.
American, when he says the
Yeah.
thing that he thinks is stupid that they've said, he'll use a southern accent. It's like, your prejudice is incredible.
Buford says Rowena speaks in banjo
She
cadence.
does. She comes with her own banjo backing track built in.
With a thing of skull, picking her banjo. Did y'all hear her singing that song about standing on somebody's neck?
I didn't hear that, no.
Oh man. I don't know where I watched it. She did a whole song, Pearl, about I'm gonna stand on your neck till you can't breathe any. I mean, she did a whole thing. Man, did anybody got that link? Yeah, his poor little yoga pants. Yeah, he is. Look, Sinner can be hilarious, especially when he's covering Rowena or B. Tim. I get so tickled. At one time, he said, what was it? He said, the bee out here knocking people over in the grocery store, cattle prodding. I lost it. I lost it. Yeah, that was creepy. Her singing that. I don't know who has it. Yes, and Lip Lock said it to BJ as well. Lip Locked is another weird one that likes to sing in your face and get all staring at the camera real weird. Yes, I did. I saw Barb's video. She found B. Tim. It's this man coming off of a bunk bed. Oh, that was funny. It was gross. While she was singing those words, she was struggling to breathe. Really? Damn it. It's on War Eagles? Let me find it. Pearl, you ain't heard it. You got to hear this. Went War Damn Eagle, wasn't he? Parenting 101. Is it a short? Let's see if it's in the shorts. No good deed goes unpunished. They've got some good clips. God, let me see if this is it. No, hold on. That's a granny. Let's see if I can find it. That's not it. Maybe it's in videos. There's Chris McDonough. When Words Collide, Parenting 101. Oh, no, these are old. It's got to be in the shorts. I'm looking. What's this?
I remember something that sticks with me, and it was something like,
Nah, that's not it. Dang it, I can't find it. And I really want Pearl to hear it.
No, it's a reason
for you in the chat.
Oh, good. Let me find it. Let me click on the link. Because that's weird. I don't, man, look. You're just a weirdo. Ah, Lindsay to the rescue. Thank you. Oh, that was Pink Dagger. Yeah, Pink Dagger has some interesting stuff up too. Nurse Ratchet. Okay, here we go, Pearl. I'm pulling it up. Thank you, Lindsay. I'd never found it. Here we go.
I've got my eye on you, you wig wearing bitch.
Yeah.
I'll stand on your neck until you twitch. I've got my eye on you, you wig wearing bitch. I'll stand on your neck until you twitch. I've got my eye on you.
Pearl, do you hear her?
Good God.
You
She
wig wearing
sounds like the woman out of Misery.
This is bad.
bitch. I'll stand on your neck until you twitch. I've got my
Oh my
eye on you.
God. Every time she goes to sing a verse, she
How can
Girl,
you be
you might
that
not
out of
want to be
breath
singing
after
about
one
standing on
phrase?
anybody's neck. Huh?
Sounds like she needs oxygen.
It does. Yes, I hear the panting. I gotta hear this one more time. This
You wig wearing bitch. I'll stand on your neck until you twitch.
okay.
I've got my eye on you.
Oh my God.
You wig wearing bitch. I'll stand on your neck until you twitch. I've got my
Lady, you don't worry about standing on anybody's neck until they twitch. You go get you some oxygen, put the cigarettes away. You got your own issues. You sound like you're twitching. Yeah, she was proud of this. Amanda
I
says, I
think
got
that's normal.
PTSD. Right. She thought that was funny. Ma'am, the only joke here is you. I must say, Rowena has a lovely bedside manner. Not, she's old. Look, if she was a nurse, thank God she ain't anymore. This over showing off stuff for people like the Bee and Clue is a lot of the problem. I'm telling y'all don't hear me. But people like that right there, nonsense. There's others I could name. They make me nervous because they're just so desperate to be liked, to get in where they fit in. They make me more nervous than the YouTubers because you don't know what they're going to do for an ass pat. Did I do good? Did I do good? Do you like me? Soup, it's been documented. What has? It's been documented. Yeah, it is weird. People like her make me nervous because they just do way too much. Yeah, don't ever do that again, Rowena, or do, but we're just gonna make fun of you. It didn't have the effect you thought it did. And the gasping for air. Anyway, y'all, I've been on here almost 2.5 hours. I've got some stuff I got to get done today. I do appreciate y'all hanging out with me. Girl, Pearl, I am so glad you came up. Oh, I needed you for this one. This I needed. Can you hear me? Pearl. Can you hear me? Pearl.
I can hear you, darling. Sorry, I was muted. I didn't realize. Thank you for having me. I hope I didn't impose.
God,
I just
no.
feel really strongly about it, and the usual bullshit about how, as a white woman, blah 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 blah. No, you're more committed to the fight because it's white people who are doing it, and I just was not going to sit there and let her trot that BS out again.
No, I think it's time we squash that noise.
Yeah.
Honestly, do not let that "I'm a white woman" drowned out white people's voices against racism. Nonsense is not a spokesperson for anything. She doesn't stand on nothing. Thank you, Toe Beans. But anyway, I'm going to head on out for the day. Pearl, thank you again so much. I appreciate y'all being here and hanging out with me too.
Bye, everybody.
I love you, Pearl. I'll talk to you in a little bit, okay?
Okay.
All right, hon. I'm out. Y'all have a beautiful and blessed day.